last night's debate was just crazy. It was awesome. I mean, y'all saw it, right? The vice president comes straight out of the gate drawing first blood. Just straight to the jugular, man. He had went over the Biden-Harris plan for COVID response.
When you look at the Biden plan, it reads an awful lot like what President Trump and I and our task force have been doing every step of the way. I mean, quite frankly, when I look at their plan that talks about advancing testing, creating new PPE, developing a vaccine, it looks a little bit like plagiarism, which is something Joe Biden knows a little bit about.
Bam! Fire. Vice President is so soft-spoken, I didn't know that he had it in him to be a savage. My second favorite part of the debate was when the vice president had brought out the fact that Biden supports and endorses the Green New Deal. And then Harris denied it. But then the vice president says, well, mainstream news sources such as USA Today had critiqued your plan, and they pretty much said that it's the Green New Deal. He absolutely tore her apart when he went after her record, making it plain and clear to the American people that this woman is an existential threat to the well-being and financial advancement for Black families. Truancy laws that are on the books that affected mostly Black and Latino communities in California. That's a fact. Look it up. This woman bragged, okay, in front of an elite audience, and she thought it was funny.
And I believe a child going without an education is tantamount to a crime. So I decided I was going to start prosecuting parents for truancy. Well, this was a little controversial in San Francisco.
And don't get me started with her locking up huge scores of Black men for marijuana possession. But now, as vice president, she wants to work to decriminalize marijuana. Man, this dude is just tearing this chick apart. What can she say? What can she say? When she was asked about whether a Biden-Harris administration would pack the courts, she didn't answer. She gave some story about Abraham Lincoln in 1864.
And people would really like to know, if Judge Amy Coney Barrett is confirmed to the Supreme Court of the United States, are you and Joe Biden, if somehow you win this election, going to pack the Supreme Court to get your way?
1864.
Christopher Columbus in 1492 when he said the ocean blue. She knows that her voting base are not going to go back and fact check her. She knows that her voting base are not going to go back and read historical archives about that Supreme Court nomination. She knows that. All know that the debate committee and the moderator crafted the questions in such a way in order to make a narrative, in order to make Senator Harris look good. But actually, it backfired and it did not work in her favor, unfortunately for her. So the point is, she can't run from her record about how she is an existential threat to Black families and to this country, hence just annihilated her. But he just embarrassed her. He just did a phenomenal job. Trump 2020, Pence 2024. I'm out, y'all. Have a great day.
But, let's be very clear that the senators that he is speaking of with such adoration are individuals who made and built their reputation on segregation. The Ku Klux Klan celebrated the election of one of them. So this is a very serious matter.
I want to bring the conversation back to the broken criminal justice system that is disproportionately negatively impacting Black and brown people all across this country today. Now, Senator Harris says she's proud of her record as a prosecutor and that she'll be a prosecutor president, but I'm deeply concerned about this record. There are too many examples to cite, but She put over 1,500 people in jail for marijuana violations and then laughed about it when she was asked if she ever smoked marijuana.
Have you ever smoked?
I have.
Okay. Like in
And
college, or-
I inhale. I did inhale.
Okay.
It was a long time ago. But yeah.
I know you have to go. They say you have to go. I just wanted to
I
ask-
just broke news.
Blocked evidence that would have freed an innocent man from death row until the courts forced her to do so. She kept people in prison beyond their sentences to use them as cheap labor for the state of California. I am proud of that work. The bottom line is, Senator Harris, when you were in a position to make a difference and an impact in these people's lives, you did not. And worse yet, in the case of those who were on death row, innocent people, you actually blocked evidence from being revealed that would have freed them until you were forced to do so. There is no excuse for that. And the people who suffered under your reign as prosecutor, you owe them an apology.